My name is Ethan Cole, and the first thing you should know is this. I didn't realize my parents were gone. Forever the night, they didn't come home. I thought they were late. That's the lie I kept telling myself. It was a Thursday. I remember because Thursdays were leftovers night. My mom hated cooking on Thursdays, said it messed with her end-of-week energy. Whatever that meant. The microwave clock blinked 9:47 p.m. when I noticed something felt off. Not scary off, just quiet off. The kind of quiet where even the house sounds unsure of itself. The TV was on in the living room, some rerun playing that I wasn't watching. I sat cross-legged on the carpet, controller in my hands, dying in the same level over and over because I couldn't focus. My dad should have been home by 6. My mom by 7:30, latest. By 9, my stomach started doing that weird twisty thing. Not hunger, not fear, just awareness. I checked my phone. No texts, no missed calls. I sent one. Me, you guys okay? Read. No reply. I tried again. Meet, hello. Nothing. I told myself they were stuck in traffic, or grabbing food, or arguing in the car like they always did and didn't want to talk. Adults disappear all the time. That's what they do. At 10, the front porch light flicked on automatically. Still no door opening. I muted the TV. That's when I realized how loud silence actually is. The fridge hummed. The AC clicked. Somewhere, a pipe knocked like it was trying to get my attention. I stood up and walked to the front window, pushing the curtain aside just enough to look out. Empty driveway. No headlights. No engine noise. Just our mailbox leaning sideways like it had given up. I checked the door lock. Still locked. That's when my phone buzzed. My heart jumped like it knew something I didn't. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. Hello. Static. Then a breath. Not heavy. Not creepy. Just there. Hello, I said again. Click. The call ended. I stared at my phone like it had just blinked at me. Okay, I muttered. That was weird. I tried calling my mom. Straight to voicemail. Dad too. Same. That's when panic tapped me on the shoulder for the first time. Not a punch, just a tap. Hey, pay attention. I went to the kitchen. The counter was clean, except for a folded envelope I hadn't noticed before. My name was written on it. ETHAN. All caps. My chest tightened. I opened it. Inside was cash. Too much cash. Hundreds. My hands started shaking. There was a note too. 3 sentences, written fast. We need some time. Don't worry. You're old enough. That was it. No timeline. No explanation. No, we love you. Just gone. I sat down hard in the kitchen chair. Old enough. That phrase again. It's crazy how adults use it, like a get-out-of-responsibility card. I was 13. Not stupid. Not not helpless, but not whatever this was supposed to be. I checked the fridge. Milk, eggs, leftover pasta, enough for a few days. That's when I realized something worse. They planned this. This wasn't an accident. They packed. They left money. They didn't tell me where they were going. They didn't say when they'd be back. My phone buzzed again. Same unknown number. I hesitated, then answered. Yeah. This time a voice came through. Low, calm. You're alone now, it said. My heart slammed. Who is this? I snapped. A pause. Then someone who knows your parents didn't just need time. The line went dead. I stood there, staring at the phone, my brain struggling to keep up. That wasn't a prank. Pranks don't sound like that. I locked the door, then checked the windows, then locked them too. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on my bed with the lights on, phone in my hand, replaying the note over and over. You're old enough. By morning, my phone had one new message. From my dad. Dad, do not answer unknown calls. That was it. No explanation. No apology. Just an order. That's when I knew something was seriously wrong. And whatever my parents were running from, it wasn't finished with us. I didn't go to school the next day. Not because I was scared. Because I didn't know what I was supposed to tell people. Yeah, my parents just dipped. Left cash and vibes. That wasn't a sentence you could say out loud. I sat at the kitchen table, watching the sun crawl across the wall, turning dust into something almost pretty. My phone stayed face down. I didn't trust it anymore. Every buzz felt like a threat. Every silence felt worse. I replayed the call in my head. You're alone now. The voice didn't sound angry, didn't sound rushed. It sounded certain, like stating a fact everyone already knew but me. Around noon, I finally picked up my phone. 3 missed calls from school. 1 text from my mom. Mom, busy day. Everything okay? I stared at it. My fingers hovered. I typed no, deleted it. Typed where are you? Deleted that too. I sent the lie. Me, yeah, all good. The lie tasted bitter, but it worked. No follow-up, no concern, just silence again. I ate leftover pasta, cold out of the container. Didn't bother heating it up. My brain felt slower, like it was running on low battery. That happens when you're stressed long enough. Your body starts cutting corners. At 2:17 p.m., the unknown number called again. I didn't answer. It rang until it stopped. Then a text came through. Unknown, you should really pick up. This isn't the part where you pretend everything's normal. My chest tightened. I typed back before I could overthink it. Me, who are you? The reply came instantly. Unknown, someone your parents owe. That word hit different. Oh, not know, not work with. Oh meant debt, mistakes, consequences. My hands started shaking. Me, you got the wrong kid. 3 dots appeared. then disappeared, then appeared again. Unknown. They left you because you were the safest thing they had. I stood up so fast my chair scraped the floor. Don't text me again. The phone rang immediately. I answered. What do you want? I snapped. A calm exhale on the other end. Relax, Ethan, the voice said. If I wanted to hurt you, I wouldn't be calling. That's not comforting, I said. A short laugh, dry. Fair. I pressed my back against the counter. What do you want? To make sure you stay exactly where you are, he said. And that you don't talk to anyone who asks too many questions. My stomach dropped. Why? Because your parents didn't just run, he said. They disappeared. The line went dead. I slid down onto the kitchen floor. This was bigger than neglect, bigger than bad parenting. This was something sharp, something with teeth. That evening, there was a knock on the door. I froze. Ethan, a woman's voice called. This is Mrs. Langley from next door. I checked the peephole. She stood there, holding a casserole dish. Normal. Safe. I opened the door a crack. Your parents around? She asked. No, I said. They're out of town. Her smile didn't quite reach her eyes. Well, I made extra food. Thought you might want some. I hesitated, then took it. Thanks. She leaned in slightly. You okay, sweetie? The question felt dangerous. I'm fine, I said quickly. She nodded, but she didn't believe me. I could tell. Adults never do when kids say that too fast. That night, I locked every door and window. I slept on the couch with the lights on. At 3:11 a.m., my phone buzzed again. A photo sent from the unknown number. It was our house, taken from across the street. A message followed. Unknown, good, you're home. I stared at the screen, heart pounding so hard it hurt. That's when I finally understood the truth. My parents didn't leave me behind because they trusted me. They left me behind because I was leverage. And whoever was on the other end of that phone, they weren't done collecting. I didn't scream. That surprised me. When the photo hit my phone, our house, my house, taken from across the street, something inside me didn't panic. It went cold, focused, like a switch flipped, and fear stepped aside for survival. I sat up slowly on the couch, eyes locked on the screen. Good, you're home. That wasn't a threat. That was confirmation. I typed back with shaking thumbs. Why are you doing this? The reply took longer this time, almost like he wanted me to sit with it. Unknown. Because your parents made promises they couldn't keep. I stood, moved quietly to the window, and peeked through the blinds. Nothing. No car. No shadow. Just empty street and orange streetlights humming like they didn't care. What promises? Dots appeared, then disappeared, then finally, unknown. They stole something that wasn't theirs. My chest tightened. From you. A pause. Then, unknown, from people worse than me. That did it. I grabbed my backpack and dumped everything onto the table. Notebook, charger, cash, the envelope, the note. You're old enough. No, they didn't think I was old enough to handle this. They thought I was disposable enough to leave behind. The phone rang. I answered. You need to listen carefully, the voice said, calm, controlled. Your parents are gone, not missing. Gone. They burned bridges, names, records. You're the last loose end. My throat went dry. So, what do you want? To see if you're smart enough not to make things worse. Silence stretched. You go to the police, he continued, and people start digging. When people dig, bodies surface. Yours doesn't need to be one of them. My heart pounded, but my voice stayed steady. You already took a picture of my house. If you wanted me dead, I would be. Another pause, then a quiet chuckle. You really are their kid. The line went dead. I stood there shaking, adrenaline burning through me like fire. Then I did something stupid, something brave, something desperate. I called the police. I didn't tell them everything. I told them enough that my parents left, that someone was contacting me, that I felt unsafe. They arrived fast, too fast for someone who thought no one cared. 2 officers, flashlights, calm voices. They looked around the house, asked questions, took notes. When they asked about my parents, I handed them the notebook. Evidence, dates, calls, messages. The younger officer's jaw tightened as he flipped pages. You did good, he said quietly. That sentence hit harder than anything else. They called Child Protective Services. They stayed with me until morning. And for the first time in a week, I slept. Not deep, but enough. 2 days later, everything blew open. Turns out my parents weren't just in trouble. They were involved in a financial fraud scheme. Fake accounts, offshore transfers. Someone higher up took the fall. Someone else didn't. They ran, changed names, left me behind, because dragging a kid across borders raises questions. I was camouflage, the man who called me, a collector, not a killer, a cleaner. His job was to close loose ends quietly. Once the police got involved, I wasn't quiet anymore. I was protected. He stopped calling. My parents never came back. They were arrested 3 months later in a country I'd never been to. I saw their faces on the news. They looked smaller, older, like people who thought they could outrun consequences. I moved into foster care. Not perfect, not awful, safe. Weeks later, I found the notebook again, flipped through it slowly. All the proof, all the silence. I added one last line. They said I was old enough. What they meant was, on my own. I closed it. Some nights, I still think about the photo, about how close danger was, about how easily kids get left behind when adults mess up. But I also think about something else. I survived, not because I was old enough, because someone finally paid attention.